The Fantasy Footballer Studio is sponsored by Walmart. Welcome to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome in. It's a Wednesday episode, October 15th. Mike, the Fantasy Hitman Wright, is here. Jason Moore to my right. I'm Andy Holloway, and we have another great episode for you. The waivers just ran in all of our leagues, and the cursed Brock Bowers. So for those that have not followed along,
7 days.
We are in a chopped league, a guillotine-style league, and whoever has picked up Brock Bowers has quickly been the loser of the league and cut and chopped from the league.
If you drafted him, you were chopped.
Yeah.
If you picked him up off of waivers
For $501.
you were chopped.
That would be...
If you picked up the him again off of waivers for then after 501, it was like
230?
217, chopped.
Chopped.
He's back on waivers. What did he go for, Jer?
$31.
And who did he go to?
And this is, guys, this is a $1,000 fab budget league.
So I wanted to be integrous and put a claim in on him because I felt like I had to. So I went as low as I thought I could do, which was $31, and I got him.
Wow. So we'll see if you survive, if you can break the curse.
You getting chopped.
You're in trouble. What do we got today? We got backup options on this show. We've got NFL news to talk about, a Thursday night preview, and then a ton of mailbag questions. So excited to get into it. A reminder, jointhefoot.com. Head over there. The current Megalo Bowl leader.
Oh.
If you join the Megalo Bowl, it is the blue team.
Oh, there's a new
leader in town.
New leader. Right.
The blue team has got 937 points and is first out of a 20,000-plus pool of players. So
hope you don't have Egbuka or Puka.
Yeah, they probably do.
You're not going to hold
they
first.
They probably do with 937, but yeah, congrats on being in first.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Puka's not been ruled out, and Egbuka is
get out
Egbuka's likely to miss a week. No, I told you this the day that, like, I know Sean McVay's probably a big liar and he'll probably miss 6 weeks, but they said he physically felt really good the next day after and that they would monitor it, and he's not been ruled out.
He's
just in serious doubt.
Serious doubt.
Yeah. Would you like to place a wager?
We talk about how high ankle sprains are oftentimes you miss 3 games. Mm-hmm. That's like the most common. If you don't, oftentimes you miss 0. Like it's 0 or 3 games usually. I wonder if it will be any different with the travel and them kind of having to know what's going on ahead of time because this is the overseas game. I don't know if that factors in or not, but it feels like some weeks they rule people out really early on those London games when they're traveling.
Now, this is an actual question because it sounds silly, but it's like flying with that injury. Is there any sort of
I wouldn't imagine
not risk, but you know,
I know what you're saying because altitude.
Yeah, and it's like you get all swollen,
all those type of things. I don't know if that would affect an ankle. I wouldn't think so, but not a doctor.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into some backup options.
Backup options presented by Progressive Insurance.
All right, we always say, and it's important every single week, but check out who was dropped today on the waiver wire. A lot of players making injury moves, trying to adjust for, kind of spot start situations, and they might drop a long-term valuable player. The most dropped players on Sleeper in the last 24 hours. I'm going to ask you real quick, do you care?
Okay.
It was a 1 week wonder, but Matthew Stafford, do you care?
I do not.
What about Hassan Haskins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Too early.
Michael Carter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Rodriguez and Jaden Blue?
Nope.
No to Rodriguez. Blue's just stash, but you can drop him.
Ryan Flanoy.
Flanoy? Nope.
Don't care.
Tyquan Thornton.
Nope.
Keon Coleman.
Nope.
Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Malik Washington.
Nope.
No.
Darius Slayton.
Yes.
No.
Calvin.
I do.
I want to have him healthy before I need to roster him.
How far away is the healthy? That's the part I don't know.
We don't know, but my point is I'm not sure that I want to play him his first week back because, like, what if he's a little limited or,
Sure,
or
I'm
whatever?
saying I would like him on my roster.
To me, he is Calvin Ridley, who you're about to say you don't care about.
But Ridley has been stinky doo-doo, and so I don't know. I'm optimistic about what's going on with Jackson Dart and the Giants.
Okay.
Tonjes.
Nope, because
Georgie Porgy.
our hero George reportedly should be playing this weekend.
All right.
Oh man,
Mason Taylor.
yeah. What are you doing? I mean, no. Ah, crap. All right. Also, social media people. How dare you?
Oh, he's
Uh-oh.
putting
How
Falcon
dare you?
on blast.
I
What
saw
is
it.
this?
What happened?
Our show?
Yes.
I don't know what happened. Fill us in.
So the Falcon.
Oh, Falcon's face.
The
You gotta
Falcon
go to
flying a little too close to the sun. He often
he knows he did
he
something
puts
wrong.
out fun graphics with quotes, like hot quotes that come from the show. And you know how I intentionally whispered
Oh, yeah.
about Mason Taylor being my number one tight end pickup of the week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we put it in like bold block, all capital letters.
I see your
You know,
face,
yeah.
and I see this quote. Mason Taylor is my number one tight end waiver pickup of the week. He is now the number one receiving option and is a good candidate for 10 targets. Mike, the fantasy hitman, right?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think that's your quote.
It was.
No, I did not say
Well, the
anything
second
about 10
half.
No, the
targets.
second half was just made up.
The second
Yeah.
half was.
No, I
made
know.
up.
Yeah, so you not only did you whisper it, but you didn't even say it.
I guess he didn't put it in quotation marks, so it's not technically.
It is in
just-
quotes on the graphic.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, those are,
they're in
those
the
are very
background. Yeah,
artistic
they're
quotes.
tasty.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, either way,
Very tasteful quotes.
either way.
Oh, he did not say that, man. I said the second part.
Yeah.
You put them together. Yeah, it's funny, Mike. I didn't know which one you're talking about, but I saw this and I almost messaged him and was like, "This was not the quote."
Well, I have a message. Pack your things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why don't
Well,
you leave
How
right
dare you do that to
Um,
me, even though I said most of it.
You should go to the bathroom right now. Dawson Knox, do you care? No.
Nah.
Juwan Johnson?
No.
No. Mark
No.
Andrews?
now? Nope.
No.
All right. Let's talk about if you didn't get the waiver ads that you wanted, what are some backup options that you could pick up, spot start? Maybe it's not in that category, but somebody that you should pick up.
Yeah, here's someone that's totally not in that category. It's Dalton Kincaid, who, when I was looking at the most dropped list, I was shocked to see he was one of the most dropped players. Now, it makes sense because you have a combination of he didn't play football last week, and then he was on bye. So people
he's on bye this week.
Yeah, he's on bye after not, playing. So, and people don't assume that the Dalton Kincaid thing will stick necessarily. However,
Yeah, it feels fraudulent.
it does a little bit because it was very touchdown.
Because he's playing half the snaps.
Touchdown heavy, half the snaps. But you can't argue a few things. First thing you cannot argue against is that he is a top 5 tight end right now and has been good most of the weeks of the season.
Yeah, correct.
You can't argue that he's on a really good offense that just struggled without him. And it looked like they really needed him. And you can't argue with the fact that the rest of season, they have the 4th easiest schedule as of this moment for tight ends in fantasy.
Yeah, there's really 3 negative matchups coming up for them.
I mean,
it's a good schedule.
He currently leads the Bills in targets per route run, yards per route run, already has 2 red zone touchdowns on the season, which is great because they didn't used to, they haven't really involved him in years prior in that area. So Dalton Kincaid to me is I keep bringing up these tight ends every week because I'm living that life. I'm living that
a lot are.
Yeah, and so I am one of you, and we need to find our solution. I'm hoping it's Darren Waller. If it's not, and I saw Dalton Kincaid out there, like I just traded for Darren Waller in our league of record, I would still scoop up Dalton Kincaid. I've got to find the answer or answers.
Yeah, or 2 players you could platoon with better matchups. Mike, your backup option.
I'm going with Christian Kirk of the Houston Texans. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, Christian Kirk plays football for the Houston Texans. It's been strange because the first 2 weeks he was hurt, And then his first 2 weeks back, acclimating, nothing really special, 3 for 25, 3 for 20. But then in that blowout game against Baltimore, a couple weeks ago, because the Texans were just on their bye, 4 for 64. This isn't like I'm so excited to play Christian Kirk, but I think he is an actual option for a flex or probably a double flex. And against Seattle, I don't hate it. I don't hate Stroud this week, and I don't mind if you're really hurting from injuries or a bye week, and you're just scrambling, looking at sorting your waivers by projections. I think that Kirk will outproduce what the platforms are expecting.
And we may need to adjust. Like right now, I know we brought Seattle up yesterday in the waiver show. Maybe this defense is a good situation at home, and it is probably okay. But we're coming off of 2 games where the Texans scored 26 and 44 points, whereas the previous 3 losses they had scored like 9, 19, and 10. They might be figuring some stuff out on the offensive side of the football, and so something to monitor because you'd want a piece of that if they did. In that same double flex category, Calvin Ridley's hurt, and so it's a good chance to bring up Alec Iomanner once again, maybe even Epic Iomanner if the week goes well. Rostered in under 50% of leagues. Very good player. I think he's the best wide receiver that they have. Now, you don't have a lot of other things working for you, but we did talk about the interim coach bump. Play calling is going to be a little bit different. You're going to have no Calvin Ridley, so the primary target for the entire game for Cam Ward will be Alec Iomanner, and Ridley had a pretty good game before the injury. So the next 2 weeks are really juicy for wide receivers. They play New England, who's 28th against wideouts, and Indianapolis, 31st against wideouts. So spot start, Alec Iomanner. Sure. I think those are, potential matchups. So that was Backup Options, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at progressive.com. Let's talk news.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Okay, so we have an official report from DJ Moore.
It's more like that.
Yeah, really.
It's a groin injury.
Yes. So he was
hospitalized with a groin injury.
He was hospitalized for a groin
Ouch.
injury, precautionary or whatever. They didn't travel. He didn't travel with the team, and we didn't know. We didn't know what. He played 94% of the snaps, and there was uncertainty as to why he went to the hospital. The only thing we know is a groin injury. Now
that's what's being reported. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know on this one. Is that like the groin muscle, or is that what
Right.
Is that what these are all about?
Yeah, I mean that's
I
the
go to
word.
the hospital for that. Make sure I'm okay.
Puka Nacua, latest report, Ian Rappaport said in serious doubt for this week's game against the Jags, because they have the bye week next week. So that would probably be the smartest.
I mean, honestly, for an injury to be timed up that you have a game and then the bye week, if you have Puka, that's about as good as it gets.
We have updated news on
Emeka, Egbuka.
The Buccaneers.
That never stops being funny to me. Like, usually jokes just get played out, but every time he says it, it's just
Emeka, Egbuka.
it's so dumb.
Well, Emeka Egbuka has a boo-boo, and the hamstring injury likely to keep him out of the Monday night game. You really cannot ride dirty on that one.
You
cannot go into Monday night without a battle plan. And,
I mean,
maybe it's Tez
is it
Johnson.
okay? Yeah, if you had Tez Johnson or Cameron Johnson, would you be fine waiting and playing them? Like,
I would not really bank. I'd consider Emeka out today.
Yeah,
that's how I would
low
think about
odds.
So if you had someone like Jordan Addison,
I would
just
play
Jordan
him.
Addison.
you would play. Okay,
I'm a little bit like, I want to be excited about Tez. Like, he played 72% of snaps, had the big touchdown catch. I want to be excited about somebody there. But like Mike Evans could be back, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the latest report that we have, is that Mike Evans could give it a go. Like, there's a chance that all those names on Tampa Bay are not going to do much. Kate Otten, we still
bet against Baker, Andy.
Yeah, I'm not.
You just do it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, CeeDee Lamb.
I won't, but I will bet against these other guys.
CeeDee Lamb has a chance to be back in week 7.
Please.
If he's healthy. let's come back and play.
Yeah.
David Njoku not expected to practice. We had talked about Harold Fannin. And then the Panthers, a report this morning from Jeremy Fowler on ESPN saying that Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard will both get touches regardless of who gets the first snap. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you guys were bullish, like you can't take Rico out of your lineup, with what he's been doing. But the way that I look at this is that first week back for Chuba, I feel like you can't play either of them.
If you play, I don't know how far off Chuba would have been from these numbers against those defenses, to be honest with you. I don't know.
He would have had very good games,
Miami
but I don't think he would have done
and
that.
Dallas were obviously the attempts 23 and 30. Yeah, I think both guys are going to be startable. I actually believe that. But
It's possible.
it would be nice if you could watch and see.
Yeah.
But I have learned that benching Rico has been costly in a lot of ways. All right, that was news and notes.
There's one more.
Oh, there is?
There's one
Yeah,
more
we're-
piece
come
of
on.
news.
I missed it.
Oh, well, the Colts, because they put Anthony Richardson, on IR with his eye injury, they
IR? I got you.
Oh.
I hear what you were doing.
Yeah.
You made that joke.
they signed Brett Rippin' Farts. So now we're done with the news. I just had to get, any chance to get a Brett Rippin' Farts in here, you got to take it.
It wasn't. It was.
It was the fart.
It was the.
It was
It
really explosive.
was so like a child. It's like you ran into a room, said Brett Rippin' Farts,
Brett Rippin' Farts.
and then ran out of the room.
Yeah.
Just cackling.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that
okay.
was pretty good.
Footy Award winner.
That was news and notes sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. We're moving on.
Thursday Night Breakdown.
Oh, yeah. Are you making the sound of the quarterbacks here at Thursday?
Let's play football.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 4-1 and cruising along, take on the 2-4 Cincinnati Bengals. That's right. The geriatric icy hot bowl.
Both teams have officially asked the NFL to move the game time from 8:15 Eastern up to 1:15 p.m.
Oh my gosh! So that way they can make the 4 p.m. dinner
Oh, yeah.
dinner time. Look, Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco in this game will be the second oldest quarterback matchup
The second?
of all time.
How is it not the oldest?
Well, Tom
Brady has to
played,
be in the first.
Yeah, Brady
yeah.
played forever, but he played against Breeze in 2020. Rodgers says, I think it's great for all the old guys. But you look at this division, the Bengals, Ravens, and Browns have combined to lose 11 consecutive games, while the Steelers have won their last 3. They're
Impressive.
the number 2 seed in the AFC. Do you know who the number 1 seed is?
I do.
Yeah, it's
The
crazy.
Indianapolis Colts are the number 1 seed, as Tampa is in the NFC.
Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers completing almost 70% of his passes, his highest total since 2021. Aaron Rodgers getting it done, right? It's not been amazing, but 4-1. Got to give him credit. Joe Flacco made his debut for Cincinnati.
And he gave us hope.
And so, I said, look, you have hope. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you brought up. You have hope for Jamar Chase. We saw it in game 1. T. Higgins, I don't know what's going on.
I do have a little bit of hope for T. Higgins. T. Higgins had 8 targets last week, 65 yards, and that was in a tough matchup. So, to me, it wasn't a dreadful disappearing act the way he was with Jake Browning. So, there's hope there. I'm not saying like you have to
season high in yardage.
I'm not saying you have to
62.
start T. Higgins, but I think you can start T. Higgins, and I certainly have hope that Joe Flacco can make him relevant.
Where are you with Chase Brown? The schedule should lighten up for him in the second half of the season. He was the RB20 last week, but only scored 7.9 fantasy points. It was a rough week.
Yeah.
Like, are you playing Chase Brown on Thursday night, getting that advanced intel on your roster, or are you playing somebody like Travis Etienne?
I would
Against
play
the Rams?
Yeah, I would play Etienne.
Yeah.
What about Ramondre against Tennessee with that matchup?
I'll play Chase Brown.
Well,
Ramondre's
I know
been
you're
so
contractually
bad.
obligated to do that.
Ramondre's been so bad. The matchup is good. Yeah, I think I'd go Chase Brown.
What about Kinbone Walker, the invisible Kinbone Walker?
I would still roll with Kinbone
Stupid
because
Seattle.
I feel like most of the people you're naming don't really have a really high
Upside,
ceiling,
yeah.
an upside. Obviously we saw this last week how low the floor can be with Kenneth Walker, but we still know he can have a huge, massive game. He can, have a breakaway touchdown like we're going to see in this game from Caleb
could
Johnson.
have a breakaway 5-yard run.
That's true. He could.
Jason just sold Caleb Johnson in our league of record.
No, it went through
For 30 fab.
What?
Oh,
What?
look. This is crazy timing. I also just made a bet on a Caleb Johnson anytime touchdown. That's what I was doing on my
That's
phone.
what you were doing on
That's
your
what I
phone?
was doing on my phone because it's coming. This is breakouts this week. But
That's
I
why
can't believe I got 30 fab. I made that as a joke offer.
What?
I made it as a joke offer, and then I was like, I'm going to have to retract that when he breaks out tonight or tomorrow.
Well, he's not on your team.
I guess
Also,
so.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, what?
Why do you think he's going to break out?
Just because the Bengals' defense is so bad, a big breakaway
From the bench?
run.
Like, if he is he going to
He had
come
as
off
many
the bench?
carries as Kenneth Gainwell last week. So
Which is 6?
yeah, no, look.
That's your
Touchdown
statistic?
guarantee, Jason?
You're pumped?
You just made
Hold
a
on,
bet.
hold on.
Is this your touchdown guarantee?
This is my
for-
touchdown
Yeah,
guarantee.
he had as many
I don't have the same-
carries as Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah.
6.
How many carries do you need to have a breakaway against the Bengals? 3, 4? I
I'm
don't know.
Mike, you and I are we're over here, and he's way over there making bets.
The matchup is great. I totally agree with that. That's why I'm very excited for Jaylen Warren, I'm on the side of the snaps and the opportunities for Warren were more of a product of that's his first week back, and the work will start going up. You're a crazy man.
That's bold.
Yeah.
That is bold.
Hey.
And I don't even want to ask how much you bet.
My standard issue.
Oh
my
no.
God.
Your unit?
My unit.
You
Look,
just want to burn money every week.
yeah.
You just bet. Hold on.
You didn't have to
You
do that.
just bet on Caleb Johnson.
The odds are
Anytime-
good at this point.
Yeah, of course. Not,
You
the
can get
odds are
plus
bad.
900.
Yeah, your odds in the book, you're saying?
Yeah.
There's odds that Caleb Johnson gets 0 opportunity.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Probably higher odds, to be honest. Look, all jokes aside, Caleb Johnson, I do see a world where he has a good game, but this is not advice that you're giving. This is not prescriptive. He's not playing enough football.
Yeah, I advise do not listen to anything Jason is saying right now.
That's fine. Point in fact, so in our league of record, someone out there in our league said, is anyone willing to sell a running back for fab?
Yeah.
So I made a joke bid because I'm looking every time waivers are going through. I'm like, why am I still rostering Caleb Johnson? And then I was like, okay, I made him a joke offer of, I'll give you Caleb Johnson for 30 fab.
And you got it.
And it went through.
Yeah.
I mean, so obviously I'm not super bullish here on, the breakout.
I bet you didn't think you'd be talking about him this much today.
I didn't. I knew I was going to say that I saw a touchdown coming for him in this
And you
matchup
had to
against
get
the
on your
Bengals.
phone just like right now to get those great odds.
Yeah, because after I, let everybody know.
Oh, yeah.
It'll go to 890.
Since we're live.
Jaylen Warren should be a very good play.
Things are looking up for Metcalf too, by the way. I mean, he is now the wide receiver 16, 2 top 10 weeks in a row. You like to see it. You know he's going to get his opportunities.
And I mentioned this a little bit. Hey, check out today's Dynasty pod. We did a redraft of the rookies that was really fun and extremely difficult to try and organize the very disappointing seasons from rookies who are supposed to be great. The Pittsburgh Steelers schedules for all 3 of the top skill positions, quarterback, running back, and wide receiver, are among the best rest of season that you could possibly get.
They're going to cruise to this division, aren't they?
They are going to, yes.
Wow. It's never going to stop for Tomlin. And Jason, you're going to be wrong about Rodgers being their demise.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was
This division
clear
is turned
pretty
upside
early. yeah, it's a good matchup for basically all your Steelers. Start Steelers against the Bengals. Is Trey
I don't think I
Hendrickson-
mentioned it. Pittsburgh's 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 43.5.
Hendrickson, yeah, I think he's okay because it was like a back issue, but I'm guessing. Oh, he did not practice, but at least the reports I was hearing was it wasn't a serious injury, but TBD. If he's out, oh man, even better.
Yeah, I mean,
for us,
you can get maybe Al take a look and see what the latest update is on Hendrickson. We'll take a break. We'll jump into some mailbag.
Mailbag. Presented by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV.
All right, if you have a question for the show, we'd love to answer them. Go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com, click the Submit a Question button, or dial our voicemail hotline, 302-464-TFFB. We've got a handful of voicemail questions in there today. We're going to dig in, see if we can get you ready. There's a lot of excitement around the return of Rashee Rice this week. Let's jump into a voicemail.
So am I a big old idiot if I trade Saquon for Rashee Rice now? I'm pretty solid at running back. Receivers are lacking, so I'm trying to see if that's a smart move or if that's going to screw me. Thank you.
right into the question. Am I a big old idiot?
I love it.
No, hey, this is Frank from.
No. Am I a big old idiot if I
Loved it.
Yeah, wonderful question.
Also, what was the question?
It was Saquon.
all everyone heard is, am I a big old idiot? Yeah, are you an idiot if you trade Saquon Barkley for Rashee Rice?
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Let's answer at the same time for the fun of it.
For the same.
It's a yes/no
Are
on
you-
the idiot
yes
Are
or
question.
you a big old idiot?
Are you a big old idiot?
Trade Barkley for Rashee Rice.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm more with you.
Yeah.
I heard the reluctance, and because I see a world where Rashee Rice is like a top 5 wide receiver rest of season, and if that happens, then it turns out you weren't a big old idiot if you trade a top 5 running back for a top 5 wide receiver.
He's not a top 5 running
No,
back.
I know he's been very disappointing so far, Saquon. But if you're just playing probabilities and odds, the Eagles team is good. Their offensive line is still good, and it's going to be better. Their guard isn't going to be out. Their defense is going to be better. Carter isn't going to be out like the way we saw this last week. And so brighter days are ahead for Saquon.
If you want to make this trade because you want to go get Rice, that's fine. You need to get the right value, though. To me, Saquon is worth a lot more than Rashee Rice in a league. So making that trade straight up, you're not getting the value I think that you need. And you need to remember that, like, players get hurt all the time. You might feel really good at running back right now, but a disproportionate value trade doesn't help you when that depth situation hits.
I think.
So what if you could get Rice and a backup running back?
Yeah, if you told me, I'm trying to think of a good category like of a backup running back. What if it was Rice and Ramondre?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, where it's like,
Even then, I'm on the fence.
Because then I get to cut Ramondre?
Yeah,
That's fun.
Tony Pollard.
yeah. I mean,
it's
that's
more palatable.
That's better.
What's really difficult about this is just does Rice go right back into dominating, and then you combine that with how hot the Chiefs are playing. Like Mahomes is back.
Let me.
So that you know what I mean of like
Let's talk about Rice for a second.
if the Chiefs were still playing bad and you're like, oh, Rashee Rice has to be the savior. No, the Chiefs are cooking right now, and Rice could just jump in and be their number one guy.
So let's just give a lay of the land here in Kansas City, because to me this is selling low on Saquon and buying high on Rice. That is what it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Rice is now this mythical figure.
Yes.
That is here to save your season. When Rashee Rice last played for this team, he played 4 games. 1 he got hurt in. The 3 he didn't get hurt in. He had 7 receptions for 103 yards, 5 for 75, and 12 for 110. He was awesome. He was off to a great start. Wide receiver 16, 18, and 3. We also, like, Hollywood Brown is a part of the offense now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Worthy is a part of the offense now, right? Juju Smith-Schuster is a part of the offense. Travis Kelce is a part of the offense. Rice will be very good, but I think it is well within our rights to debate whether he's top 7 or top 20 or 25.
Right. Yeah.
I think that is more the range that is in debate, and we cannot trade for him as if he's a top 5 back value-wise before he comes back. Sorry, wide receiver. So
yeah,
that's the risk. Like if I had Rashee Rice, I would look to trade him right now.
If you could get value for trading him as if he's a top 5 wide receiver, yeah, I mean, because there's no guarantee. Right now it's hype and lore and hope. It's not what we know for sure. So if you can capitalize on that, that's great. Do it.
That's where I'm at. I mean, Rice should be very good, but is that good top 5 or is that good top 20? And that's a big difference in trade value, and we just don't. I feel like everybody's trading him at top 5 right now. All right. Speaking of which, the follow-up question by Ben over on X, is Rashee a plug-and-play right now?
Yeah.
Or do you need to make sure he's healthy? Or ready to go for fantasy?
Yeah, he is
I think
healthy.
he's plug-and-play.
Yeah, if you held on to him and you made it through, then he is going right into my lineup.
Yeah, I'm looking at our rest of season rankings, and we actually don't have Saquon and Rice very far apart.
Yeah, I'm
in the cumulative multi-positional.
I am very bullish on Rice.
So what number in that range that I gave are you believe?
Believe? Is he more 5 or more 20?
Yeah, like what do you actually think he'd be rest of season?
I think he'll be a wide receiver 1 rest of season.
I think you have him as
I have him at
13 in all positions.
I tell you, I'm very in.
I have Rashee Rice as my rest of season wide receiver 10.
Okay. Yeah, I mean maybe that trade's not wild.
No, it's definitely not wild. It just is.
Maybe you're just a regular idiot, not a big old one.
It's hard to trade a running back of who could do that.
Yeah,
like, it's a bet on so many different options.
Speaking of which,
what's up, ballers? It's Trevor from Oklahoma. Got a quick question. Would you trade Emeka Egbuka for Saquon Barkley straight up? 10-man PPR. Love the show, guys. Thanks.
Man,
this is so fascinating because then the next question inevitably becomes Egbuka or Rashee Rice.
Right.
Yes, it does.
And then it might be one of those triangles where this team beats that team, but this team beats that team.
The algebra doesn't add up.
Yeah.
I think I would trade Egbuka for Saquon.
Yeah, I'm worried about the injury, honestly. I mean, if hamstring, how long has Mike Evans been out?
They did come out and say that it was not as serious as Mike Evans. Obviously, with Evans, they put him right on the IR, and there's different grades of hamstring. So I don't think that it's apples to apples.
No, Evans didn't go IR. I don't think.
Pretty sure he did. Did he not?
No, he has missed 3 weeks. If he misses this week, they should have put him on the IR. But
okay.
I mean, you're talking 2. I would say at least 2 weeks, and then so that's week 7 against Detroit. Or that I guess that doesn't matter for Egbuka. But if he misses the next 2, then week 9 is their bye week. So you're probably without Egbuka at least until week 10 against New England.
It does seem like that's at least very possible to happen.
Yeah, and if that is possible, if that does happen, there's no question it's a worthwhile trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Egbuka or Rashee Rice rest of season? Who would you rather have on your roster?
Because he's healthy, I'll take Rice.
Yeah, I think so. I think I would trade Egbuka for Rice with the injury. And with the unknown, like we've talked about, Egbuka is awesome.
What if Egbuka misses 1 week, though? Because both guys have a bye week coming up, right?
Right.
Both teams still are going to miss. You're going to miss them for one, so we can throw the bye weeks out. So then you're talking about if it's one game for Egbuka, are you still on that same page? If I told you he's coming back next week?
Man, it's really, really tough. I know you are. He's my guy. I love him. I believe in him as a player, but it has coincided with Evans missing 3 weeks, which just gives me that little pause of like he was great the first couple weeks with Mike Evans. So I don't think it's going to go away. It's just a matter of does it stay as hot as it's been? Really tough. And Emeka Egbuka or Rashee Rice. I mean, I know my rest of season rankings have Egbuka higher.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think I like Egbuka a little bit more. Here's an Instagram question. It's a good one. Is Woody Marks an afterthought? What is his outlook coming out of the bye?
No, he's definitely not an afterthought at all. We are in now the season of the rookie bye week bump. It is very common for rookies to be acclimating into the NFL. They go into the bye week. They start retooling things of like, okay, you ready? all right, now you're more integrated into the offense. So he is not an afterthought. It wouldn't be surprising for him to have even more work out of the bye week, but it's not a guarantee.
Yeah. I think you're still watching him closely.
Yeah.
And what happens in that offense? Because
I understand not starting him after it felt like a debacle.
Yeah, the last time we saw them, he had more snaps than Nick Chubb, 39% to 34%. However, Chubb had 33% of the rushing volume versus 21% to Marks.
Yeah, and that was the game they were killing
Yeah,
the opponent. So
exactly.
That made a big difference because the week before, they also won, but Marks had so much work. So, keep him on your bench.
And it's like Woody Marks' profile is more of like, I want some pass catching here.
Yeah.
So when you're dominating the Baltimore Ravens, you don't need to do that.
Something to watch. Let's go to another voicemail.
What's up, ballers? My name is Zeb from North Carolina. Crazy enough, had a guy in my league actually offer Derrick Henry for Rico Dowdle straight up. In a normal world, I thought that would be a no-brainer, but my gut has me wanting to hold on to Rico. Am I crazy for doing that? Big fan. Thank y'all.
What did you eat the night before to get that feeling in your gut? I get it. The 2 weeks of Rico are magic, but it was the perfect scenario. If he's the only guy, it's pretty much the two best matchups for fantasy running backs on top of the, not that guys don't, they're not amped up to play on Sunday, but I promise Rico Dowdle was just that whole week getting ready for Dallas of the team that he's like, I gave you 1,000 yards last year and you do that to me?
Tossed me.
Yeah, you just are like,
wayside.
thank you. You're like, no, I'm going to destroy you.
You do that trade.
Yeah.
Derrick,
go get Derrick
I mean,
Henry.
I traded Rico Dowdle before last week to the opponent I was playing, knowing it was going to be the end of me.
Yeah.
To get, I got Jaden Daniels and we're a keeper league.
And Derrick
And I just couldn't say no to it because this is a temporary elite Rico Dowdle. He may be an okay Rico Dowdle, but the elite period for Rico Dowdle is very limited.
I also think Derrick Henry is a great trade for candidate.
I think so too.
He had such bad public displays. Like after the
he
great
was awesome
week one,
last week.
After the great week one, it was fumble, lose the game, lose Lamar Jackson. You're losing games. That's not Derrick Henry. That's not where he's good. That's not where he wins. He's so much better in victories. Now you're going to the bye week. You're going to get Lamar Jackson back. And then you also had kind of the proof of last week. He had 120 rushing yards.
Yeah.
He looked great. So Derrick Henry is not toast. He's
Also,
not washed.
The Rico, one of the Rico games, Miami. Derrick Henry, 3 weeks, Miami. Like he's going to destroy them.
Carolina has the second hardest rest of the season schedule for running backs.
Oh, man.
So you're going to take Rico, you're going to split his work,
Yeah.
and you're going to give him the worst schedule.
Hopefully you got him.
And then you're going to say, Rico can't be looked at as a rest of season top 10 back.
I feel like you should, based on this question, we should be, if you have Rico, you should be offering him for guys. Shop him and see if you can get,
Jaden Daniels.
Judkins.
Yeah.
Or, see what you can get. See if there's something that's more permanent.
Because he's been number 1 2 straight weeks.
Yeah.
Number 1.
We do have a follow-up. Would you trade Dowdle for J.K. Dobbins?
That one's a little bit harder for me.
I think I personally would.
I think
Dobbins.
I think that one I actually wouldn't do if it were me. Just because the possibility of Dowdle, there still exists the possibility that he gets more work than we're thinking. So I think I think Dobbins feels like it can go the other direction.
Right. That's what I was going to say. The only hesitation I have is in the R.J. Harvey.
Right. Yes,
like when
exactly.
I say Quinshon Judkins, it's like that's the rookie. He should get more and more work.
Yeah, that one I would do for sure.
Dobbins, I still believe is better. Here, how about this name? What about Scadaboo?
Dowdle for Scadaboo?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have Scadaboo.
I'd take Scadaboo.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good name. Yeah, this is the cash-in time, probably, for Rico.
I mean, it's double cash. If you got to play him and then you get to trade him, that's great.
Yeah, I did the second part. I didn't do the first part, the playing him part. We'll take a break. We'll answer more questions.
This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. This season, make sure to subscribe to NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, where you will get every game, every Sunday, all in one place. NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV gives you everything you need to win Sunday. Watch up to 4 games at once with multi-view, or follow your fantasy team and watch the game on one screen. You can even catch up to live with key plays. Now, get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel at any time. Go to youtube.com/fantasyfootballers to sign up today. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games. Base plan required. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season only. Your membership for the following month can be canceled anytime before your renewal date. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football, so tackle your home improvement projects by Saturday and earn your Sunday with great deals on Cobalt power tools, Pit Boss grills, LG appliances, and more. Then, once your to-do list is done, get ready to kick back, relax, and enjoy the game. Shop in-store or online now and earn your Sunday with help from Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Oh, we have a new quote from Mike. Hold on. I was wrong about Mason Taylor. He has the dog in him, and he is my favorite player to watch. I may even buy his jersey. Mike attributed to Mike Wright, a totally real quote. Some new graphics.
I like the hearts on the graphic.
Yeah. We should get that up on the screen.
Yeah, tweet that out.
Send that over to Al, and we'll get that up on the screen because that's super real. All right. Rest of season question from Instagram. Jaylen Warren or DeAndre Swift?
Man.
I'm going to stick with Warren.
Warren has been so good. They gave him the money. I still obviously am a believer in Caleb Johnson as a second half, maybe gets involved, gets fewer mistakes on the field. But Warren's been so good. I will say that I believe the rest of season schedule for Swift is pretty good, and it looked good coming out of the bye. I put them near each other.
Do you
I'll
feel
take
like
Warren?
Do you feel like they figured something out? Because
the way they were using him, using his speed versus his vision, I think was really good. I'm hopeful that they figured that out.
Because the first 4 weeks of the season, Swift was running at 3.3 a carry. And then he explodes for 14 for 108. And, I mean, we pointed out they were using him different. They were doing some more creative things to utilize the speed. It's just, do you buy that is real?
No. Goodness, no. Heavens, no. Not
So
one
Warren?
week. Not 1 week of I'm still fine if you pick him because he's going to have boom games and he's the primary back and there's not a competition and you might see – you get Gainwell worked in and Caleb Johnson worked in, and I don't. But you talked about the schedule for Pittsburgh too, so I think I like Jaylen Warren more.
Oh, there's my quote. Thank you.
Yeah, it's up on the screen.
You.
I
Yeah,
was wrong about Mason Taylor. He has the dog. Oh yeah, you put a bunch of hearts up there, Mike.
That's how you know it's real.
Yeah. Look at that. That's great. Yeah, we're just doing whatever we want on social media now.
What are we doing?
We're really leaning into the alternative news. All right. This is a great question from Instagram, a trade question, which a lot of these have been. Mike writing in, have you ever outthought yourself in a stupid trade?
Of course.
Or over.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have the most famous one of all time. Me and my co-manager, we sat down. We got this offer.
Yeah.
We got this offer. This was a year and a half ago. So going into at the end of the season before last, and it is
also known as the eventual Andy Holloway Championship year.
Yes, it is hard to even fathom at that I wouldn't take this trade. But in the moment, it was a reasonable and rational thing to do. So second round picks are the highest thing we could trade in our keeper league, and Andy offered me a pitiful Saquon Barkley at the time, and the Giants. He wasn't doing well. He was all right. And 2 second-round picks.
Oh, my gosh. I thought it was just one.
No, and 2 second-round picks. That is an offer of all offers for a dominant, resurging Austin Eckler.
Well, that's the thing is it wasn't a dominant. It was a what happened to Austin Eckler, and then we got a couple games, and it was, he's back.
He looked so good, and we overthought that. We went down week by week through the schedule together, looking at every single matchup for everybody and who our opponents were. Like, we're looking at, well, I played this guy this week, and I've got Barkley in this matchup.
Oh, man.
So we dug as deep as we could possibly dig and gave it the most information overload we could, and decided we wanted to go for the championship that year, and because I think that would have been my back-to-back. And instead, we sacrificed a great trade offer. And from that freaking point on, not only was Saquon better that season, and Austin Eckler basically dead from then on out. Wasn't even a worthy keeper by the end of the season. But then Saquon goes outside with the Eagles, and I would have had 2 first round. Like, I would have had the championship that you had the following year had we made that trade. Oh, that's upsetting. So yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, Al is sitting here saying you can find the right stats to talk yourself into any trade if you try hard enough. I like that quote. If you torture the data long enough, it'll tell you whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you can overthink it. We've all done it many times. Sometimes you don't feel like maybe this is one of the reasons that trades get done for me a little bit more than Jason, maybe, is sometimes you just got to pull the trigger.
Yeah, no,
they go away. Sometimes you just gotta rip it. You
have to be willing to lose trades.
Yeah, I mean it's just
you will not win every single one of your trades. It's not possible.
Yeah,
you can run really hot sometimes and feel like you're invincible, but eventually you will make a trade and you'll be like, "Holy crap, that was the stupidest thing I possibly could have done."
I'm aiming at a target with a rifle, and I'm wanting to destroy that target right in that bullseye. Andy's shooting at that same target with a shotgun, and he's got a lot more bullets to hit the target, and so he hits the target more often than I do.
Yeah, I miss it sometimes.
Yeah, and so
yeah.
So,
but that one's a great. I mean, that's a great.
Yeah, it's a great.
But
great.
We have tons of stories like that where we look back and we regret and we pull the trigger early or overthink it or don't say yes to deals, and I mean it happens. We don't know the future. Nor do we pretend to.
Nope.
We know the past, and we know the future schedule.
And do your best with the trends and the stats.
Yeah. YouTube question from Thomas. Do you think Trey Benson is an important stash? Is he going to be their workhorse when he comes back? I've thought about this a little bit. What do you think?
I won't call him a very important stash, but a decently important one. I think when he comes back, he will be the guy. Yeah, and I think he's good.
I think he is significantly better than whatever else is on the roster. He will have a lot of fantasy value at the end of the season. That's my belief in him. Will he be a league-winning workhorse back? I doubt it.
Okay. Chris Olave or Bill in a flex spot this week? Olave against Chicago, Bill at Dallas. This is from Lou on Instagram.
Oh, man, probably Bill.
Bill against Dallas?
Yeah.
Is that the same Dallas as Rico Dowdle?
Yeah, it is.
This will be we said last week it was going to be a make or break.
I was going to say, again, it was Bill against Chicago, which, I mean, his yards per attempt and everything was great. He had the fumble, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, you have a -2, and then Jaden hit, like, really good throw. Oh, well, the broken play to Luke McCaffrey, and then some really just tremendous touchdown throws that takes that away from Bill.
Yeah, and he underperformed the matchup. He's at home. Yeah. Chicago gives up 25 points a game to running backs. He got all the running back work. He didn't get close to 25.
I'm going.
But it's still the right call there.
Yeah.
Instagram question from Freddie. I was offered Derrick Henry and Justin Jefferson.
Take
what?
For Jonathan Taylor.
Oh.
Do I keep rolling with JT or take the 2 for 1? We just talked about the schedule for Henry. We talked about Henry quite a bit rest of the season.
This is a really, I think it's a very fair trade, and I would take the Justin Jefferson, Derrick Henry side.
If I felt pretty good at run, this is why everything's contextual, obviously, but if I felt good at wide receiver right now, like pretty decent, I'm not doing that trade.
Jonathan Taylor is a true difference maker at a position where he can go and, on a bad week score 20 and on a good week score 35. Those guys, you can usually count on one hand. So that's why I say it's fair trade. It's worthwhile.
What is in? I mean, we don't actually have this answer, but it's a question you got to think about. Like, what's Minnesota going to do at quarterback? Because with Carson Wentz, it has been much, much better. I mean, you got back-to-back 100-yard weeks for Justin Jefferson. J.J. McCarthy's the future of the team. They need to get him reps. There's been some reports.
30 days of practice.
Yeah, there's been some reports of even maybe when he's healthy, they might hold him back to try and work on some things like, rhythm and timing they talked about, or at least this report did.
If he misses 30 days, it's hard to throw him right back in there without coming back and getting the practice reps in as essentially a rookie, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't think Carson Wentz he's been better for Jefferson.
Yes.
For sure.
He's not necessarily better
but
for
I do
the
think
Vikings.
the transition will happen at some point.
It'll go back to
It'll go back to McCarthy. Last one here, Jacob. It's a good one. I've seen it a lot of places. Just got traded in our league. Should I consider trading George Pickens right now this week since CD is coming back from injury?
Well, number one, the report was he has a chance to play, so it could be at least one more week without CeeDee Lamb.
Do you know what Pickens is on the year?
Oh, he's
I would assume he's wide receiver 3.
That is correct.
Oh man, he is. Yeah, he is running hot. He is
11 targets, 9 targets, 9 targets, 11 targets.
He is making himself so much money.
Mm-hmm.
Touchdowns in 5 consecutive games, and one of them with 2 touchdowns. So he has 6 on the year across the last 5 games.
I think that Pickens is still going to be very, very good, though.
So I do too.
So this is not a.
It's just not.
This is not a it's not like Rico where you're like, man, it's not going to be anything close to this. Like Pickens can still be a top 12
Yeah,
wide
he could
receiver.
be top 10 still.
The way that Dak is playing, Dak could support both CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens as top 12 options.
What was the fantasy finish of Waddle and Tyreek during their super year? Because I feel like Waddle finished in the top 7. I think he was wide receiver 7. That'd be a quick one to look at because I'm pretty sure Waddle was a wide receiver 1.
There are plenty.
Kyle's saying 7. Yeah,
there are plenty of examples. Or like it's not even unusual for a team to have 2 wide receiver 1s, and it's very common for a team to have 2 wide receiver 2s on a team, whether it's Chase and T. Higgins or there's so many examples, and it's happened in Dallas before. So
yeah,
both those guys can thrive. That defense,
Tyreek was the wide receiver 2, Waddle wide receiver 7, same year, 2022.
Yeah,
it happened when a quarterback runs hot
and a defense runs terrible.
Yeah, it's not weird or uncommon.
You didn't want to go cold there?
I should.
You didn't want to go the hot cold combo? You wanted to runs terrible? You felt like cold was like underselling how bad Dallas's defense is.
Exactly.
Dallas's defense is really, really bad. All right, that was today's mailbag. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Visit youtube.com/fantasyfootballers. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games. Base plan required. Excludes digital-only games. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. Before we close it out, Mike, I do need to ask you a question.
Oh, goodness.
Because we had the Monday Night Football doubleheader, which I think we're going to keep doing that, or it's going to happen.
Well,
again.
now it's the back-to-back this week.
Is it? Oh, yep. Because now the East Coasters get like a 10 p.m. game.
Yep.
I know you figured out how to split screen.
I did.
I'm assuming yours is set up like ours on YouTube TV where you can go back and forth left and right for the sound.
Yes.
Immediately when you put it up on split screen, you messaged us. You said you hated it. Now, you eventually watched these games. Did it change your opinion at all?
No, I hated it.
Oh, you still hated it?
I hated it. I was not.
You're not ADD enough. Jason and I were like, every time the commercials hit, I got something else to watch.
You want to know where I am when those Monday Night Football games are going? I am standing in front of my TV. It is wonderful.
You do that?
Oh, yeah. I'm just standing there the whole time.
You get up from your TV tray?
I finished my gourmet steak dinner.
I mean,
my wood vinyl TV tray.
I'm not eating a dinner for 3 hours. So yeah, when I finish, I get up from my TV tray and I walk over
in front of it,
and I stand and I watch it like a dog looking out of a window.
I feel like just people watching Jason secretly watch games is entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Frequently you don't have pants on.
That's true. I'm at home.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm either at home or
Salisbury
sometimes
steaks on a
Monday or Thursday.
TV
often
tray.
I'll
Don't
go
forget
out
about
to
that apple cobbler.
I'll go out to a sports bar and watch watch
Which game?
I couldn't
Monday or Thursday.
Okay.
I couldn't invest properly. And I like the entirety of the story where I jumped. And I mean, my focus was the Falcons game because that's where my fantasy matchup was.
Yeah.
On the week, me versus Papa Josh, Bijan versus Drake London. And it was back to back. You saw what was going on. And so by the time the Falcons game is done, all the setup for the Washington game, like I wasn't truly invested in it, and I didn't like that.
All right. Fair enough, Mike. Different strokes.
Yeah.
So you prefer the back-to-back?
If
West
that's,
Coaster, you can live with that?
If that's what I have to do, that's what I prefer. But I like,
if you have 2 games on a Monday, you're going back-to-back versus
just do one. One Monday night is special.
Yeah.
I do feel like it makes both less special.
Yes.
That is true. Because when the Falcons Bills game started, it felt special.
Yes.
And then as soon as the other game started, and I'm kind of going back and forth, it was like, yeah, that's stupid. We got. I can enjoy the two, but one is better. It is more impactful, more important.
I mean, that argument goes to the amount of days a week that the games get played too. In some respects, where it's like
we should not own the domains Tuesday Night Football, Wednesday Night Football, Saturday Night Football, but we do because we had to.
And Christmas football, man.
And
ChristmasFootball.com.
Yeah, I don't need Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And was it COVID that would push them into Tuesday sometimes?
Yeah,
is that why we have Tuesday
Night
football?
1 or 2, yeah.
They'll just add it sometime. Tuesdays will become like International Football Day. Oh well.
Goodness
I guess our jobs are secure. There's something to that. That'll do it for today's episode. Shout out to the Deucers over there in Deucers Alley. Appreciate you guys holding it down today. And we'll be back with all the matchups tomorrow. Don't miss it.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.